What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to Celio's Network. Today we're looking at some tournament results from a 131 player Vivid Voltage standard format tournament, and the top two decks were categorized as other on Limitless, so some interesting results and some rogue decks getting first and second place. So super cool to see that, so we're definitely going to be checking out those decks. Before we do that, shout out to PotownStore.com, the best place for you to get ptcgo codes. Be sure to use code CELIO for 5% off. I really appreciate you all using the coupon code there to help show your support to the channel. Be sure to subscribe to this channel if you're not already for daily Pokemon TCG content. I'm putting out deck lists, gameplay, meta discussions, everything you could want for the Pokemon TCG. And leave a like and a comment if you did enjoy the video. So we're looking at the Chill Series last chance qualifier with 131 players, Vivid Voltage standard format, Birdboy 2000 and my boy Lock getting first and second place with other. Now what is other? Let's start with Lockstack. So Lock, I believe this is part of his free-to-play journey. If you follow Lock on social media, you'll hear more about that soon. But this was Lock's second place deck that went 9-2-1 in a 130. The 3 got stuck in there somewhere. The 131 player person tournament. He actually beat Kevin Clemente, who was playing Lightning Mew 3, to get into finals. And notably, the other person in finals beat Danny Altavia playing Welder Mewtwo to get into finals. So these players both beat really good players playing really good decks to get into the finals. So this is Lock's deck. He played Inteleon, Frostmoth, Galarian, Darmanitan with a 1-1 Barraskewda line. So much is happening here. Luckily I did get to talk to Lock since he and I are friends, and I asked him if he would put Alolan Sandslash GX in place of Barraskewda. Like, I asked if Barraskewda was just like the budget option or if he actually likes it. And he did say that Barraskewda allowed him to have some checkmate positions that he doesn't think Alolan Sandslash would have offered in the same way, and that because Barraskewda only needs the 1 energy, it feels a lot more feasible. So what Barraskewda does is it has a targeted skewer attack. This attack does 20 damage to one of your opponent's benched Pokemon for each damage counter on that Pokemon. So if they have 10 damage counters on it, then you do 200 damage to it. If they have 11 damage, you do 220, and that's going to be knocking out most VMAX Pokemon. So I started out weirdly talking about Barraskewda with this deck when it's just a small portion of the deck, but because it's one of the more interesting cards here. He's only playing 1 Telescopic Sight from Vivid Voltage. If you don't know, Telescopic Sight's one of my favorite cards, possibly my favorite card from the set. The attacks of the Pokemon this card is attached to do 30 more damage to your opponent's benched Pokemon V and benched Pokemon GX, just giving a huge buff to sniping and spread damage, so I really love to see that. Of course, my favorite water starter VMAX card that we have right now, probably the only water starter VMAX. Just trying to say, you know, I love me some Inteleon VMAX. Inteleon VMAX, we're focusing on Max Bullet with this deck, but it does also have Hydro Snipe. Hydro Snipe does 60 damage for 1 energy and returns an energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon to their hand. And then Max Bullet for 3 energy does 160 and 60 damage to one of your opponent's benched Pokemon. If you have the Telescopic Sight attached to Inteleon VMAX, then Max Bullet is doing 90 damage to one of your opponent's benched V or GX Pokemon. That means 2 Max Bullets with Telescopic Sight attached can just knock out a Crobat or a Dedenne or an Eldegoss on the bench. So really strong. And then also, he has a 2-1 line of the new Galarian Darmanitan VMAX with the Max Whiteout. For 4 water, it does 200, and then also does 30 damage to each of your opponent's benched Pokemon. So this can do 60 damage to each of your opponent's benched Pokemon if you have Telescopic Sight and all of your opponent's Pokemon are V and GX. So really strong, fairly tanky at 320 HP. Does 200 to the active, which is a nice chunk of damage. And notably, it's weak to Metal as opposed to Lightning. So versus Metal decks, you're never going to really want to put this guy out there unless he's winning the game with his attack. But Inteleon's weak to lightning, so where Pika Rom and Bolt Ton and things like that could be an issue, maybe you want to try to lead with Galarian Darmanitan if possible. Now, of course, these Pokemon do need 3 and 4 water energy to attack, so Frostmoth with the Ice Dance allows you to attach a water energy card from your hand to one of your benched water Pokemon as often as you like. Now, this is a deck with 4 Stage 1 lines in it, if we call VMAX's Stage 1 Pokemon. So you'll notice Lock has included 4 Quick Ball, 2 Evolution Incense, 1 Great Ball, and 2 Pokecom. That's a total of 9 Pokemon searches. And something Lock did say to me was that he learned from Tord to just include a ton of ball search in your Stage 1 or your evolution deck. So I think that's the secret to making this deck as consistent as it was for Lock to get to 2nd place in this pretty large tournament. So cool deck from Lock with the Inteleon, Darmanitan with the little bit of Barraskewda in it. Now let's go to Birdboy 2000. This one is an adventure, ladies and gentlemen. We've got Control. We've got Control in the Vivid Voltage standard format. It has Pidgeot. It has Pidgeotto. It has a 2-2 Persian. It's got Altaria. It's got Starly. It's got 2 Cryogonal. It's got Crushing Hammer, Wondrous Labyrinth, 3, count them, 3 Galar Mine, 2 Munchlax with the Snack Search. Where do we start? I think we start with the Altaria, which is just a simple wall. So Altaria, prevent all damage done to this Pokemon by attacks from your opponents. Excuse me, by your opponent's V and GX Pokemon, and you can do 60 damage for 2 energy. So this is a wall against some decks. If metal decks are attacking Aegislash, boom, you set an Altaria in the active, they cannot win. We got 2 Munchlax with Snack Search. This is flip a coin. If heads, put a card from your discard pile on top of your deck and end your turn if you use that ability. We got two Pidgeotto line for the airmail. Look at the top 2 cards, draw 1 and put the other on the bottom. But then notably we have the spicy Pidgeot with Spin Storm. So Spin Storm, your opponent puts their active Pokemon and all cards attached to it into their hand. This is a pretty cool attack. You can use it for triple acceleration energy. Then we also have Persian. I love using Persian in my control deck. So Persian, make them pay 20, and then if your opponent has 4 or more cards in their hand, they reveal their hand, and you discard cards until they're down to exactly 4. So you get to choose the cards your opponent's discarding, which is very important here. And then we've got Cryogonal, which does 10 damage, and then your opponent can't play items next turn. We also have Starly and 4 Birdkeeper. Now, Starly gets to attack with its Keen Eye attack for free if you used Birdkeeper this turn, and you get to search your deck for any 2 cards. So you can search your deck for Wonderlap, Crushing Hammer, Yell Grump, Pokédoll, whatever you want. We also have the Absol and then the Galar Mine, which both increase the retreat cost of the opponent's active Pokemon. Make sure you know Absol only increases the retreat cost of your opponent's basic active Pokemon. Galar Mine increases the retreat cost of any active Pokemon your opponent has. So, I'm sorry, each active Pokemon for Galar Mine. Absol is only your opponent's basic. So this control deck, very cool. I would like to try to take the time in a future video to learn it and play some games with it. I did play with Starly Control a fair bit in the Darkness Ablaze standard format, but Control tends to shift around and change and have different key cards each format. As you'll see here, Starly was a main focus of the Control deck I was playing in Darkness Ablaze, but now there's only 1 Starly in this deck. So and there's also more evolution lines. We got the 2-2 Persian, the 2-2-1 Pidgeot, the 2-2 Altaria. So some pretty cool stuff. I've also heard that people are playing the new Snorlax in Control. I believe Sander and maybe Isaiah Bradner have posted lists in articles with the new Snorlax as Control. I'm sorry, in Control decks. So I also want to experiment with that a little bit, but today was just primarily to show off these 2 rogue decks that got 1st and 2nd place in a fairly large online standard format tournament that I thought would be something you guys might be interested in. So that Inteleon, Galarian, Darmanitan, Frostmoth, Barraskewda deck, I think that's going to be a little more accessible for anyone to pick up and play, especially because those cards don't cost too much either. The control deck, I definitely encourage you to try it out, but don't get discouraged if it is a little harder to play if you've never played control before. If you want to see gameplay of my control, I did play against Ross from PTCG Radio, and I was piloting Starly control. That video is on my channel, and I'll try to remember to link it down below in the description, so you can see some similar control play, but control does take a little bit of time to learn how to play. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Shout out to the Chill series. Shout out to Limitless for having the amazing play.limitlesstcg.com site. And shout out to Birdboy and Lock for their placements. And of course, shout out to PotownStore.com, the best place for you to get ptcgo codes. And they are my lovely sponsor. So be sure to use code CELIO for 5% off to show your support for the channel. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you have not already for daily Pokemon TCG content. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time here on Celio's Network.